Okay, everything's going well as usual. So, this guy here, this is going to be our next step in preparing for a polymeter we're going to be doing, and if everything goes according to plan, in 2 weeks from now. So this is going to help solidify this rhythm, so definitely make sure you say this, count the rhythm while you're playing it, because this is going to tie into something that is like, a big pain in the butt rhythm, especially fast. Trying to make sure it stays accurate. So yeah, this is all preparation for this polymeter thing we're gonna do. Not polyrhythm, polymeter. So 2 time signatures at once is what we're working towards. All right, so here we go. Count of 3 for this one. 1 and a 2E and 3E, a 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 1 and a 2E and 3E, done. That is supposed to be an E5 at the end, not a B5. Alright, one more time, now that I got the correct chord there. 1, 2, 3, 1 and a 2E and 3E, a 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 1 and a 2E and 3E, done. Alright, 100. 1, 2, 3, 1 and a 2E and 3E, a 1 and a 2E and 3E, a 1, 2E and 3E, a 1 and a 2E and 3E, a 1 and a 2E and 3E, a 1. Long chord, 1, 2, 3, 1 and a 2E and 3E, a 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 1 and a 2E and 3E, and done. 140, 1, 2, 1, 2, 3. 180. 1, 2, 1, 2, 3. Let's do the repeats at 160. 1, 2, 1, 2, 3. All right, sweep picking. So very cool that you got that 240. So we're gonna work with triplets this time. So 3 notes a click, and we're gonna start combining things. So we're gonna kind of work our way down. Eventually we'll have like a big old long thing, but we're gonna start with the B minor 7 flat 5. Oof. And then the A minor 7. Let's see how this goes. I actually did a bunch of metronome practice with sweep picking earlier. Hopefully I didn't overdo it, or else this might be embarrassing. 60. Here we go. 1, 2, 3, 4. Let's go. I'll go to 120 next. 1, 2, 3, 4. All right, now 160. So this 160 here, notes per second. Triplets at 160, same notes per second as eighth notes at 240. Just so you know. So definitely want to be hitting this. Trying. This is it's a bit more notes, of course, and we got the two shapes going on at once here. So if you don't hit the 160, we won't worry about it right now, but we're kind of going for that as a minimum. Eventually going for that as a minimum. We're going to go faster than this eventually as well. I keep saying eventually. 1, 2, 1, 2, 3, 4. Knuckle felt weird there. 1, 2, 1, 2, 3, 4. Alright, I'm going to go up in 20s now. 1, 2, 1, 2, 3, 4. One, two, 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 1, 2, 3, 4. And good old 240. 1, 2, 1, 2, 3, 4. That was terrible. 1, 2, 1, 2, 3, 4. Alright. Okay, so the next scale thing to do, 4 strings at a time. I'm sure you already figured that one out. Theory work, chord theory. So, yeah, now we're going to move into some different stuff for the triads. And what you did with the whole numbered chord progression stuff, this will tie into this as well. Because we're going to be doing the same idea where you're going to be placing the chords all over the place and putting progressions together. So what we have here, this is your bare minimum. The 3 notes that you need for all these chords. So taking the 3 notes, the first, third, and fifth for that C chord, and stacking them all up like that. Your C, E, G, or your first, third, and fifth. So to start with, you just like arpeggio or arpeggiate the different chords and kind of pay attention to how they look, how they sound. And basically, when you're doing all these, minus the one with the open string, you're going to have your pinky on the root note all the time for this set of chords anyway. When you go up to the different strings, it'll look a little bit different. But like when you're doing these, at least for the E string, where the root note is on the E string, pinky's always going to be on the root, and your first is always going to be on the fifth interval. So when you're changing these chords, it's really just a matter of either your ring finger or your middle finger is going to be down. So you got the major chord. Then when you go up here, you take that third interval and you flat it. So now we got the minor, E minor. Then we go up here. So now F is the root note. Ring finger or middle finger is on the flat 3, but we need to make it major, so we raise that back up to a regular 3 or a major third, G major, and then we're going to go down to an octave lower, so the open position, the A minor. Now here, the B diminished. A couple ways you can do this. And it really depends on what feels more comfortable for your hand. So basically we're taking that minor shape, or the minor triad, and flattening the 5. So now we got the 1, flat 3, and flat 5. So you can use your first, middle, and first, or fourth, second, first, or first, third, and fourth. Either one's fine. So if that feels better for you, use that. If this feels better, use that. So what you're going to do, after getting familiar with that, you're going to write everything out again. The Roman numerals are there to let you know what's happening. So you start on the A string, tab out the chord, put in the chord name. And then next you will start on the D string and then fill out the chords there. And then last you will begin on the G string and fill out the chords there. So going in the same order, C, D minor, E minor, and so on. A couple things will be different, just like we did with the other movable shapes. So right here, the 5 is done twice, so we can play this at the high octave and the open position. On this next line, the Roman numeral that happens twice is the 1, here and here. So what you're going to do is start this in the lowest position possible, and then this will end up being the high octave. So basically, I'm giving away a little bit. This needs to be the open chord. This will be the one that's at the high octave. And then here, when you do the chords starting on the D string, chord number 3 will be at the high octave and then the open position. So high octave, open position. Just like up here, high octave, open position. And then down here, chord number 6, high octave, open position. And then just send it on over once you got it filled out. And then I will send over, assuming everything is correct, I will send over some progressions to practice these new shapes. And that'll just be a matter of just running through everything at least once. So yeah, I'll send those over after you're able to turn in the completed chord stuff. And I will be able to check that out on Sunday. And I think that covers it all. All right, any questions, let me know. I will see you again next week.